Hi there, it's Elaine Gardner, the founder of DesignYourHealthyLife.com, and today I want to talk to you about dreaming and joy and planning for fun and excitement and activities that fill your soul. I think and what I see with people, so many people are just on autopilot, living in fear, running around in circles, kind of chasing their tails, so to speak, driven by the need to make money, keep a roof over their head, and staying stuck in fear, like, oh, if I don't have this job, then I won't be able to afford my house, and then I won't be able to eat, and there's a huge amount of fear in association with that. And I completely understand how important that is. Nobody wants to be out on the streets or considering not having any money to feed their children or know where their next meal is going to come from. But when we're living in fear, we can't be true to who we are, and we're not going to be able to experience true joy in that way. So I'm going to encourage you to find things and plan for things and make time for things on a daily or weekly or monthly basis that fill your soul, connect you to who you are, help you understand what you want to do in the world, make difficult choices if the things that you're not doing right now are not feeding you. And some of them can be very simple, like laughter. Laughter is amazing. If you have somebody wonderful in your life that makes you laugh on a daily basis, tell them how funny they are. Let them know how much you appreciate them. My husband has a great sense of humor, and it's been such a blessing in my life that he makes me laugh so often. It's really taken the edge off the fact that I tend to be a very serious type of person. But you know, from comic books to sitcoms and all kinds of other things, whatever makes you laugh, expose yourself to it as often as you can. What brings you joy? And spend time and plan on spending more time with the people who really bring you joy and light you up, and maybe less time with the people who don't. What kind of activities do you like to do? I know that I need to move and I need to be outside. That's one of the reasons why winter is so difficult for me. While obviously I could be outside and moving in the winter, it's really not what connects for me. It's the warmth and the sunshine and the wind and having the doors open during the day when I'm working and those kind of things. So I'm incredibly excited that we're on the cusp of spring here in New England, and that I can get more of that exposure. It really brings me back to life, reconnects me to who I am, especially if I can get a chance to get to the ocean. It's one of my most happy places in the world. Again, it brings me back to me. It lets me process all of the things that have been going through my head that are challenging me. I get great inspiration when I'm outdoors. It helps me come up with new ideas and just be a better person, a better mom, a better wife, a better person, a better practitioner. And again, most of my most creative and helpful ideas I've launched in those type of environments. So I highly encourage you to connect with what brings you joy and what makes you feel really happy, and do that more often. But also to have a bucket list. I think it's life, day-to-day life is so busy that life can easily pass us by. And I'm reading a wonderful book right now called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. And one of the things, well, I've only just started reading it. One of the things it talks about is that one of the top regrets is that people are not living lives on their own terms. So you really want to take a step back and consider, what does that mean for you? What would your ideal life be like if you could make changes to who you are? And that can be something completely within the box, like just the job of your dreams or working for the company of your dreams, or something that's really completely out of the box, like relocating to an island. The woman who wrote the book, authored the book, spent 2 years living on an island, and when she first started there, she was just washing dishes, but it was blissful for her to be in that type of environment. So again, you only have one life to live. You really want to make a bucket list and start thinking about what kind of experiences you'd like to have, where you would like to visit, who you'd like to meet, how you want to feel on a day-to-day basis, what your surroundings will be like, and expose yourself to that bucket list. And don't look at your list and go, I have no idea, there's no way I can do that, I'm not even going to consider it. Just look at your list and say, someday I'm going to figure out how to do that. And some of the things on your list don't have to be high income or really out of the box and making huge changes. They can be very, very simple, whether it's taking a walk every day or planting a new tree in your yard. Again, very, very simple. It's really up to you. Everybody's ideas are different. What's going to make you happy is going to be completely different than what might make me happy. but I'm going to give you a couple examples. So I have a list here. Write it down and refer to it as often as you can, and you get to cross things off, which is very exciting. So a couple of years ago on my bucket list, I had just try paddleboarding. It was a new sport that was coming out, and it just seemed really interesting to me. So I put it on my bucket list, and sure enough, an opportunity came up for me to try paddleboarding, and it was really, really cool. It didn't cost me anything. My sister actually happens to have a paddleboard, which I had no idea until I had put this on my list. So something very simple. I was also a huge Harry Potter fan when my children were younger, and as people have been going to Florida and Universal Studios and seeing the exhibits there based on Harry Potter, those things were really resonating with me. So that was also on my bucket list, and one thing that I was able to accomplish just in January. I traveled there with my family, and it was really amazing. So if you are a Harry Potter fan, I would highly recommend you go visit Universal Studios. They did an amazing job, and it was really super cool. So another thing that I got to check off my bucket list. But I have other things. Travel the Eastern Seaboard, see Hawaii, drive cross country with plenty of time to savor and explore. I've been curious about Texas, New Orleans, those coastal areas. I've never been there. I would love to see those. And I've always wanted to go abroad to England and maybe France, Italy, Spain, and the Caribbean also, which one of my sons is lucky enough to be spending a semester there right now. So it's even more exciting to hear his tales and makes us want to go even more. But also things like I want to live in a house that is connected to nature and wildlife, safe and secure when the weather is bad, but with beautiful views and easy access to the outdoors, with spaces that connect seamlessly to outdoor living spaces when the weather is inviting. Owning kayaks, wave runners, and paddleboards would be awesome. Kayaking, biking, beachcombing, and walking nearby are musts. And that I want warmth and sunshine most days. Lots of seafood and other healthy, tasty, nutrient-dense foods to enjoy. I always want to be connected to my children and to their lives as they grow, which is hard for me as they get into their upper teenage and early 20 years. I don't get to spend as much time with them as I used to, and I really just, I love them as their mother, but I also adore them just because they're wonderful people. So that's something that's very important for me going forward, is to always be connected with my children. And that could take many different forms. I don't know how all that will unfold, but it's a very deep desire of mine. So this just gives you a basic list or a basic idea of what's on my list, and I keep this in a binder, so this might be something helpful for you too. I know some people make vision boards. That's really a great idea. I have a little binder and I keep it by my bedside, and my bucket list is in this binder, and I also have pictures of homes that I think that I would love. These are just blueprints from the newspaper, and then I have cut other pictures from magazines, things that I've seen over the years that I love. So I get to flip through this. I'm very visual, so this helps me stay connected to my dreams and my hopes, and that these things will come true. And I don't think you're ever too old or too young to start a bucket list or start implementing things that bring you joy on a daily basis. So I hope you'll accept my challenge. Spend some time whenever you have time, either this at night during the week, or take some time over the weekends. Sit down, have a nice quiet space for yourself, and really start thinking about things in your life that you could add to and just improve the quality of your life on a daily basis, but also make that long-term bucket list so you have things to look forward to and to plan for and to aspire to. A good mindset, being happy, can change your life. Certainly it affects your health, because everything that you think changes the way your cells function on a day-to-day basis. But being happy and having things to look forward to can greatly enhance the quality of your life. You deserve it. I want you to have the healthiest, happiest life